My name is Aprille Deus, and I am a basketball coach for the Toronto Raptors Basketball Academy. What solidified it for me was when I was given the opportunity to be mentored by Dwayne Casey and the rest of the coaching staff. It was like that aha moment of this is possible, and everything else just seems to be falling into place for me right now. I feel as if it's like an obligation or a duty or a calling to continue to pave that way for more women in men's sport. And it's not just on a coaching standpoint, but if we don't see it, then we don't believe it. And if we don't see it, no one's gonna change it. Everyone's like, oh, woe is me, I'll never get there. And so I feel as if the more women that connect and the more women that get to reach their goals, the more impact that'll have on the game. And so I think that's why it's really important for me to continue paving this way or helping pave this way. There's so many ways that we can be more inclusive. I mean, you look at the LGBTQ plus community, right off the bat, I'm like, well, the discussion around being a member of that community is often shied away from. It's like taboo. I want to see more minorities be head coaches. I don't just want to see white men or black men coaching women's sport, or just white men and black men coaching men's teams. Like, I want to see a whole plethora of people doing that. I've always approached my life with the identity of a triple minority. That's a term that I use for myself. And when I say triple minority, people are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a woman, I'm Filipino, and I'm a lesbian. Like, that's just what it is. But people often forget about that third thing because they're so used to saying she's Filipino or she's Asian and she's a woman. It's like, oh, she's a coach? Okay, let's see what she can do. Then there's like this layer of, you're a woman? Okay, now we need to see what you can teach. Oh, you didn't play D1. Oh, you're not white. Okay, or you're not black. Okay, so what do you actually know about playing? The Toronto Raptors they've been the foundation of my dream. So I started with the Toronto Raptors Basketball Academy. There was a moment where during one of the camps, and someone from the organization had come up to me, what would you say if we wanted to hire you, like on a volunteer basis, to work directly with the team? Like on court, all this stuff. A year later, I was asked if I wanted to be mentored by Dwayne Casey and the Raptors staff. And that was like a mind-blowing opportunity for me because I could feel myself being one of the coaches. And everyone was so nice. It was like very family-oriented. To this day, like Coach Nurse will randomly text me or I'll text him and he'll reply. We'll talk about basketball. And he was one of the guys that I kept in touch with a little bit after that mentorship. So we would sit down and have coffee and really like talk coaching. And I always asked him, so when are you gonna be an NBA head coach? And I remember when the news came out and I was texting him like, oh my God, like I'm so happy for you. I knew that this was coming. I was watching an NBA TV segment with Becky Hammon. And I thought, wow, like I wanna be like her. Fast forward a few years, you see her getting hired. And it was in that moment that I knew it was possible. And when I see more women whose names are being thrown into the same conversation as other male candidates, you think the roof is about to blow up. Like it really is. We're right there, and then to think that that's just the beginning. When a woman becomes a head coach for the first time, there's no going back. It's like you can't ignore us anymore. You can't ignore the diversity that's about to come into the league or into a male-dominated space.